Gas prices dropped modestly on Monday morning, even as crude oil prices jumped following a new round of military strikes between the US and Iran. According to AAA, the national average for a gallon of gas fell to $4.32. That's a small drop that might not last for long. Typically, increases or drops in gas trail the prices of oil by a few days. And on Monday, oil prices surged as the US and Iran struggled to maintain a fragile ceasefire. Iran's semi-official state news reported that Tehran was backing out of peace negotiations and seeking a, quote, complete closure of the Strait of Hormuz in response to Israel's military action in Lebanon. Brent crude, the global benchmark, climbed nearly 5% to more than $96 a barrel, and US crude prices jumped 7% to around $93. Today, the U.S. Central Command says they intercepted 2 Iranian missiles headed toward U.S. troops in Kuwait. Officials say no Americans were injured, but the strikes follow a weekend of attacks from both sides.
The Americans say they targeted drone launch sites as well as radar facilities in Iran after Iran shot down an American drone over the weekend and did other hostile acts. Now, Iran's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard said that it launched an attack in retaliation that appears to have been a ballistic missile launch targeting Kuwait. People in Kuwait woke up to the sound of missile alert sirens today. It's not clear if there was any damage there, but Kuwait has been targeted repeatedly in the Iran war and in the weeks after.
The Associated Press's John Gambrell says the new round of attacks is threatening to unravel peace talks and raising fears of a wider conflict in the Middle East. According to reporting from Al Jazeera, almost 3,500 Iranians and roughly 3,300 Lebanese people have been killed in U.S. and Israeli attacks on the countries. Also, if you live in Los Angeles, it's not just the candidates on the ballot in Tuesday's primary election. Voters across the city and county will decide on several measures that could impact taxes, healthcare, hotels, and the cannabis industry. The biggest countywide question is over a proposed half-cent sales tax to help fund public hospitals and clinics. Supporters say it's needed to offset nearly $2 billion in expected federal healthcare cuts from the Trump administration's One Big Beautiful Bill Act, though critics argue it could place another burden on Angelenos who are already struggling with rising costs. In the city of Los Angeles, 3 other measures are up for a vote. Measure TT would raise hotel and short-term rental taxes by 2% until the end of the Olympics and 1% after the Games. It's expected to generate $44 million annually through 2028, with revenue going toward basic services like 911 response, fire protection, and parks. Another ballot initiative, Measure TC, also targets the hospitality industry. It would close a tax loophole for online travel sites like Hotels.com, requiring them to pay taxes on the full markup price that customers pay instead of current discounted room rates. And lastly, Measure CB would tax illegal cannabis businesses at the same rate as legal operators. City leaders say it would level the playing field between legal and illegal operators, and that the money could help fund public services. Polls open Tuesday morning, so for more last-minute ballot guides, breakdowns, and results, head over to latimes.com. And Serena Williams is back. The greatest women's tennis player of all time is returning to the tour 4 years after she left the sport. Just 6 months ago, Williams doubled down on not returning to the court, but things change fast. Next week, the 23-time Grand Slam singles champion is taking a wildcard invite to play doubles at Queen's Club, a prestigious grass court tournament that precedes Wimbledon. Williams says, quote, "Queen's Club feels like the perfect place to begin this next chapter." At Queen's Club, Williams is set to compete with Victoria Mboko, the 19-year-old rising star from Canada. But the plan from there, of where else she'll play and who she'll face, is still a mystery. That's all for today's headlines. To read these stories and more, be sure to subscribe to the LA Times.